Alrighty, so I don't think we can clear the docket very well right now, but the one thing that's on the docket that has not shown closed is Christmas party. I just put that in there because like we talk about it, and then a week goes by, and then I ask somebody, are they going to do it? And then a week goes by, and it's getting close to December, folks. Is it going to be an impromptu Christmas party? What are we going to do? Are we going to schedule something? What's up? Someone please let me know you can hear me.
We hear you.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm talking to the wall. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Let's go ahead and call whoever actually wants to coordinate the event. We'll figure that out as we go here. It looks like Houdini would like to do it with some help. But if you would like to do a carol, like specifically you want to come in and you want to sing a particular song on our caroling night, which is usually the last of whatever we do. If we have 3 nights, if we have 2 nights, if we have one night, whatever, at the end of that night, we always end with carols. The last song we do is always 12 Days of Christmas because it's funny, the way we do it anyway. But if you specifically want to sing like Jingle Bells or something along those lines, please submit a song that you'd like to sing. Is it okay if they submit those to you, Houdini? This way, yeah. This way, Houdini can kind of get a little cue going and can say, okay, up next is. Oh, I cut out. Okay. Hopefully, you can still hear me. Yep. Okay. So Houdini can take suggestions if you want to sing a song. She'll put down your name and what song you want to sing, and she'll figure out the order and all that good stuff. Houdini, it looks like Dino would be more than happy to help you with anything he can help you with. So I urge you to ask him if there's something he can help you with. Be prepared, Dino. It could be like one little thing she needs help with, or it could be like she might really lean on you. So just be prepared. And crispy bacon as well. So you guys just hang on tight, and Houdini's got your names, and she may come to you and say, "Hey, if you could handle this one thing, it'd be a big help." So just stay tuned. Now, understand that the more help she gets, the more she'll be likely to have more than one night. And we might do like a free to play game night, something like that. Something like a Jackbox party night where several people can get involved, even if they don't have the games in question. Stuff like we used to play. What is it? Stop talking and nobody explodes. I think it's called. And if we end up having multiple nights, or we don't end up having multiple nights, we're almost certainly going to have giveaways. So everybody show up, even if you're not a singer, just for the festivities and for a possible giveaway. By the way, it should be mentioned, when we have Christmas parties, everyone who arrives is eligible to win prizes. This means people who are not CC members who find us that day, or um, who are invited by you, are also eligible to win. So we could actually have a side contest, Houdini, where the person who invites the most non-members to our Christmas party wins a prize themselves. How's that? That's a good idea. But at any rate, Crispy and Dino both really appreciate you jumping forward for Houdini like that because, again, with help, she could probably pull off something pretty good. She's done it before. Alrighty, any further questions or thoughts? Anybody want to bounce anything off of us as far as the Christmas party is concerned? If not, we'll move on. Oh, well, see, that's up to you guys, Dino. I mean, you, Crispy, and Houdini will decide if it's going to be one night, 2 nights, 3 nights, if it'll be free to play games, if it'll be singing, what will be what night, that kind of thing. You're even going to be deciding, like, let's say it's the first 3 Tuesdays in December or something like that, and what time of night it would be and that kind of stuff. You guys can all sit down and kind of figure all that out. And when you're ready, if you need like a poster or something like that, you come to us, like graphics people, and we'll make graphics for it. You can take your announcement to AJ Man, and he'll put it on Steam. Bring it to me, and I'll put it on Facebook, and so on. All right, one more time. Anybody have anything else they'd like to offer up to that? Because at this point, I think we could branch that off into a separate discussion. We've got a little group going now, so they can talk amongst themselves anytime and private message each other. So anybody else have any open meeting business that is specifically about Christmas parties? Any ideas or anything you want to put forward? Alrighty. So at this point, Newt Monkey's offering to help as well. Houdini, you might get bogged down with staff here if you keep on. Bear. Oh, your cat. Alrighty, so again, the Christmas people can talk amongst themselves now. Does anybody else have any open meeting business you'd like to put forward while our meeting is in session? Doesn't matter what it's about, or if it's a complaint or a suggestion, question about our Minecraft server, anything like that. Anybody have any open meeting business this evening?
Someone very kindly gifted me the Jackbox Party Pack 7. So this Wednesday, we'll have our first ever game from that. We'll play Quiplash 3. I'm just going to start from the top and work my way down all the 5 games, and we'll have an Opus Magnum giveaway. So same old, except new party pack. I'm kind of excited for it.
All right, I'm typing out some stuff in the minutes. Anybody have any open meeting business besides that?
With the Minecraft server reset, I believe the previous consensus was to kind of hang on for that major patch that was coming out, but I'm still interested in how much interest there is in that. If anybody here plays Minecraft and would like to see a reset of the server, just raise your hand. No pressure.
What was facilitating the reset? Was there like a new DLC or something?
there's going to be a new patch of some kind coming out. I'm not a avid Minecraft player, so I don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe Houdini does, but some kind of patch. Okay, Cyrus would rather just generate some unloaded terrain. Okay, so it sounds like it's not urgent right now. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, again, I'm still typing stuff in the minutes here, trying to catch up. Anybody have anything else they'd like to put forward before we're done? Any questions? Any thoughts? CC meetings are for you guys, so I mean, I'm gonna moderate and direct a discussion. That's what I'm here for. But anything you would like to talk about, anything you'd like to bring up, there's no judgment. There's no anything. Just whatever you'd like to talk about. Dino, if you're talking about the rules thing, yeah, that's over. We have had something on the website that one of our people noticed. It was on our about page for several years now, and we forgot all about it. And we should have posted it forward when this whole conversation started. In a nutshell, what it says is it outlines the general rules, but it also says that we have complete trust in our moderator staff, that they had to earn their positions with trust and honorable behavior and that kind of thing. And that if you're having a little bit of an issue with figuring out what's good or what's bad or what rules or not rules or whatever on the server, um, honestly, at the end of the day, our mods have discretion. If our mod thinks that Crispy has posted something that will offend Dino, they will operate on Dino's behalf. That's just how it works. So yeah, sometimes there is going to be subjective difference in what a mod gets rid of that you thought was funny, but in the end, it's up to our mods to keep our server not PG-13 rated, but G rated. So that was basically kind of how we ended the discussion. Was something we had on our rules page for years, and we just kind of should have mentioned because it kind of, in a nutshell, kind of flows. We've had sections in our time in our history where we went really really legalistic. We had 7 pages of rules, and things just went completely haywire. We went from tens of thousands of active people, and I am not kidding you, to like a couple of hundred because a bunch of people left because they didn't like all the new rules. So we decided to be a little bit more general rules and be a little bit more case by case basis. And this puts the onus of trust on our moderators. So if a moderator comes to you and says that they've judged something that you've done as maybe wrong, don't take it as them, policing you or lashing out at you so much as them just in a Christian brother or sister way admonishing you that maybe not everyone would like your humor, if that makes sense. Yeah, the difference, Crispy, is that we hope that you understand why it operates that way, as opposed to just, I mean, don't like say I accept that it's going to operate like it always has, but be unhappy about that. Rather, yes, it's going to operate like it always has, but understand why it operates that way. That was a good question, though. That's kind of what I wanted to do when I said, "Does anybody have any open meeting business?" Don't be afraid to say anything you want to say or ask anything you want to ask. That's what this meeting is for. We don't want to run around in circles and like cover the same issues over and over and over ad infinitum. At the same time, don't be afraid to say something. You're not going to be in any trouble for it. That's what meetings are for. Yeah, Crispy. Again, I know that sounds kind of it sounds kind of dictatorial in a way, but you have to understand that this this method of the way that community runs is tried and true and has been used for several years. CC is In May of 2021, CC will be old enough to vote. It will be 18 years old in May. So somewhere along the lines, maybe we figured out how to do something right. I'm just saying. Or we've just been operating within God's will, one way or the other. Alrighty, does anybody else have any open meeting business they'd like to discuss, or any questions or thoughts on that? Thank you for saying so, D. Ford. We appreciate that. Oh, okay. Cyrus would like to ask about a modded Terraria server. Anybody that can speak on that? And by the way, because I don't know if you're keeping notes, but I'm getting a little bit lost in our subjects, if you'll help.
Sorry about that.
No, I mean, number one, which was Houdini and her volunteers for Christmas stuff. And I skipped ahead to number 3, which was your question about the Minecraft server reset. But I've already forgotten what 2 was. I'm old and I'm sitting in a chair. It's surprising I'm not asleep yet.
All you need is a cup of warm milk and it'd be all over.
Yeah.
You
Like
had,
an implosion.
you had the prayer requests. We talked about the Christmas events and possibilities. Like, for sure, I'm going to do the Jackbox night as usual, basically. Christmas, more Christmas. I'm scrolling back through the text. I did say now's a good time to donate game keys for giveaways, for the Christmas giveaways especially. Like, I plan to give away more than one key if I can, which I believe I can. I believe I can give away several because it's Christmas, and I think extra giveaways are really appropriate right now. Number 2 might have been, can we give Bear an honorary CC membership?
Quick question from Dino. Dino, a lot of the game keys are people who are, they're like members of the subscription on, I think, Humble Bundle. It's like 12 something a month, I think. Yeah, and you get a selection of major games every month, but you also get dozens of smaller games. Occasionally, there's other software like music software and stuff like that. There are other places besides Humble Bundle that does that. Like, I think Good Old Games does that. Steam does that. There's several. Yeah, so like if you went and did a Humble Bundle right now and like 7 of the 10 games you really like, but you had no use for the other 3, come to us with the keys to the other 3, and we'll give them away. And we do indeed try to give away. I think our Christmas events in the past, we had so many game keys handy that we gave away like I think we had 3 nights and we gave away like 3 or 4 per night, and like saved one of the bigger like AAA games for last. So you had to pretty much be around at the end to win the big games. Oh my gosh, Houdini, that's so early 2020. There was a fire in Australia. Oh yeah. 10 years ago in January. Everybody, if you would, toss Ping Jackie's wife into your prayers. She has some serious surgery coming. Toss her gently. It's just a turn of phrase. Alrighty, so was there any discussion to be had on that Terraria server reset while we're thinking about it? Anybody has anything to say, suggest, or otherwise, this would be the time. Would this be something that we would kind of need Wing to be part of, or? Well, Amaranth, Minecraft was actually brought up, but then Cyrus the Slave mentioned Terraria as well. We should really be pinging Scribe and/or Skyranger Delta for this, I think. New Monkey, are you talking about playing a tabletop version of D&D? We had a little group get together one time, and we were doing character sheets and even had maps on. Somebody else could tell me, but it's online D&D system. I forget the name of. Yes, Roll20. And it went well for like a couple of hours, and then I guess everybody didn't have time to get together anymore. I don't remember what happened. You got something, Imroth?
Yeah, can we finish up the Terraria conversation and then move on to D&D, please?
Again, I don't think we can talk about Terraria without Skyranger Delta or Winged Scribe in the house.
I know. It's just we didn't say that we were moving on to a new subject, and then all of a sudden we were on a new subject.
No, I actually said we need to Skyranger or Winged Scribe in order to talk about those. If they're not in the channel, I don't know what we can do. Cyrus pinged them, and they're not in here. I would just hate to make any kind of suggestion or decision without them hearing about it firsthand. So, Sky Ranger's talking. It's a wing thing, okay? It looks like this might have to be handled in the Terraria channel because he's not responding to his hail. So do me a favor though, Sly. Keep in mind exactly the phrase that you used above about running the mod after the current cycle is complete. When your current playthrough is done. Yeah. So consider this: when you guys talk to Scribe, if he says he's totally for it, immediately move to Sky Ranger because I don't see anybody disagreeing whatsoever with the idea. I think in general you have yays rather than nays. Anybody at all have any disagreement with that idea? Alrighty, so yeah, it's officially as the meeting is concerned. You guys talk with Scribe. If Scribe's cool with it, get it to Sky Ranger. He'll fix it for you. And if you hear any second guessing from anyone that was at the meeting, well, they had their chance. The problem with a second server is I wouldn't want anybody to just assume that Sky has the resources to just pop up a second server whenever. We shouldn't assume that. Assume for the moment we only have space for the one Terraria server. Ping, I think it's Sky Ranger has a full server. I don't ask me. Yeah, he can tell you.
for reporting's sake, there was a conversation going on in chat about server resources and a second server for Terraria instead of reset.
Thank you.
Apologize, folks. We're trying to keep Sky up, and Sky hasn't currently voiced, I don't think.
His fault for playing a game with a friend while the meeting's going on. Just saying.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I agree. We've kind of descended into very Terraria specific stuff, which could be handled in the channel. But as you can see, Skyranger saying just for the best interests of the player base, you should do what Cyrus and Sly were saying, which is play through once and then play through with a different server on the same server, rather than having multiple servers. But again, let's make this a Terraria specific channel discussion so that we can open up the floor just to make sure if there's any other business that anybody wants to bring up.
I assume, Houdini, you're asking about your cat, Bear?
I don't know. I think it sets a dangerous precedent. Pretty soon she'll be asking us about our snakes.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yup. Well, I'll tell you what, Houdini. You ever get them on Discord, they could just slide or slither right into people's DMs. Nils is correct. Also, I wouldn't want to like divide our community into cat lovers versus dog lovers. Well, first of all, I'm not going to let anybody bite me. So, but some people don't like cats or dogs.
Hey, so perhaps for the benefit of the new folks, maybe a really, it might be a little early, but a real generalized idea of what to expect at the Christmas shindig might be helpful. Is there like um, a schedule or anything like that that's put out
Well,
prior to?
we actually put that together. That was our first order of business tonight. Was Houdini is going to decide on what nights and how many and what time, and she's going to decide like what free to play games and all that kind of stuff. And let's see, Crispy Bacon, Dino Shark, and Newt Monkey have jumped in as volunteers to give her a hand. And if you have any game keys or anything that you'd like to donate to the events, all are welcome, because usually when we do Christmas, we have several that we give away over the course of 1, 2, or 3 nights.
Sorry, I must have missed that. My apologies.
Oh, no, I think you just came in after we were on to another subject. Generally, our last night ping is our caroling night. So if you have any songs you'd like to sing specifically, you would go to Houdini and say, okay, ping jockey, and I want to sing Jingle Bells, for example.
How?
The last thing we do We always sing the 12 Days of Christmas as a community. It gets recorded because it's usually funny. Actually, it's usually a bit of a train wreck, but a funny train wreck.
What about instrumentals? I don't sing very well, but I'm okay on the guitar.
I don't want to sound judgmental, but most of the people who sing on our Christmas night are not,
Got it.
especially all singers.
Thanks for beating me to the punch on that one, Neo. That's where that was going.
Roger that.
Trying to be diplomatic. Let's put it this way. The way it usually goes, Bear the Cat will probably be the best singer this year.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you for the clarification. You guys are awesome.
But no, if you'd like to do an instrumental with your guitar, Pink Jockey, we can do that too. If you can broadcast through Discord, you're welcome. Alrighty, since there's nothing else official on the docket, anybody have any comments or suggestions or anything on any of the business we've talked about tonight, or have any other questions or comments or any open meeting business you'd like to bring up? This is your last call. HT is typing. Roger that, HT. Everybody take note. Alrighty, at this time, I will thank everybody for coming out, and I'll ask our leaders and staff, do we need any kind of closed operational meeting this evening?